I just figure out one of the reasons why it is very difficult to practice honesty as a Christian, especially in areas where the leader, the government are corrupt. It's in the Bible. So I would like to share the verse with you.
Psalm 125 verse 3. The wicked will not rule the land of the godly, for then the godly might be tempted to do wrong.
From this scripture, you can see that it's difficult to practice honesty as a Christian if you find yourself in a country where the leaders are corrupt, the leaders are evil men and women. Not just a country, any organization, whether the church or anywhere you find yourself, those in authority matters a lot for you as a Christian to be able to practice honesty and integrity. So this Bible verse portrays this fact. So please, as Christians, let's always do well to pray for those in authority. Because if we don't, you find yourself trying to survive being dishonest. And you know the funny thing, you are going to justify it. Because when it comes to your survival as a person, the survival of your children as a person, the survival of your family, your community as a person, whenever you do a dishonest act for you to survive, you will justify it. You will use references in the Bible like that of Abraham. In order to spare his life and that of his wife Sarah, he had to lie. Even Isaac did the same thing. Then you will use scripture like Rahab. You will be using scripture like that to justify yourself. That's not the right thing to do, because those events, even Sarah, is not really, is a lie because he didn't say direct, and it's not a lie if you look from another aspect. And also for that of Rahab, she protected God's people. Especially whatever you do to protect the things of God, God might see it differently. God might judge you differently as far your intention is to protect his own. If your intention is to promote God's work, God might not see what you've done necessarily as something bad. That's my own understanding. As far is to promote the kingdom, your intention is to promote the kingdom, God can forgive you and bless you and also help you to show you a better way to do it. But not in this scenario, not in this case, whereby you will falsify figure in your establishment just to survive, or you will forge a CV, add experiences that you don't have, you put it in a CV so that you can get a job just because you want to survive as a Christian. You know you are doing all this just because you want to survive. And the funny thing is that you will not judge yourself. You will still be looking at the corrupt leaders as the ones that are bad, the cause of the problem. But you can see that you are now even being corrupt and justifying it. That's the extent it can go. So please, let's do well to always pray for those in authority, and also pray for our government that God should bring the right people there. Even the churches, that God should bring honest men and true people there. You know the beauty about honest people and true people? They don't fight for positions. God has to pick them. God has to choose them. So they only submit mostly to whoever God chooses as a leader. So they don't fight to become leader. They pray for the leader that God chose. Take for instance, God made Saul king, God made David king. Even when Saul was acting weird, David could not cause Saul or kill Saul. Instead, he was praying for Saul. So, as Christians, we have the duty to keep praying for those in authority in our churches and in our country and nation. Please don't join those that don't have hope for their country or nation. Any nation can go bad if bad people or dishonest people they succeed to be in authority of that nation. So take for instance, you want to run to America, you want to run to England, immediately they have a bad leader, they have those in authority over there that are dishonest. You find out that the system becomes corrupt, and there will be wars and all that. That country that you want to run to, you want to run away from there, because as immigrants, you will not be considered as first class citizen for them to protect, like what happened in Ukraine. So please, wherever you are, pray for your country.